Again, very important, but a little bit complicated type of calculation, so you need to pay attention here again. A patient has been prescribed 0.5 milligrams per kg per hour as a maintenance dose for severe acute exacerbation of COPD. 500 milligram of aminophylline has been added to 500 mils of glucose 5%. The patient weighs 100 kilograms. What rate in mils per hour should the infusion be running at? So when I'm in this type of calculations, whenever I'm given this and the weight of the patient is also given, the first thing I attempted to do is work out the dose based on the weight. Okay, so let's do that first. So 0.5 milligrams per kg per hour. To start with, weight of the patient is 100. So 0.5 multiplied by 100 would be, so the infusion rate would be given at 15 milligrams per hour. But I have to calculate the infusion rate in mils per hour, right? I have to calculate the infusion rate in mils per hour, and I have now got it in milligrams per hour, right? So I'm basically trying to convert milligrams per hour into milliliters per hour. So are you with me? I got from this calculation milligrams per hour, but I have to calculate the infusion rate in mils per hour. So I'm basically trying to convert this milligrams per hour into mils per hour. So how many milligrams are present in how many mils? Where do I get that information from? From here, 500 milligrams of aminophylline is present in 500 milliliters of the solution. Aminophylline 500 milligram is present in 500 milliliter of the solution. Don't get confused with this 5%. This is glucose 5%, because that is just a simple diluent. Ignore this 5%. All you need to pay attention is to 500 milligram of the drug is present in 500 mils of the solution, which means 1 milligrams per mil. Okay, so this 50 milligram per hour would be equal to, come on everybody, 1 milligrams is present per mil. So 50 milligrams per hour will be 50 mils per hour. And that's the answer. So here in these type of calculations, we need to see which unit I have to find out the infusion rate. Okay, and then work from that side. Okay, next question. An infusion pump is used to administer adrenaline to a patient at the rate of 4 mils per minute. So the patient is receiving at 4 mils per minute. And adrenaline solution is 1 in 10,000. And what quantity of adrenaline will be supplied in milligrams per hour? So basically we have to find out milligrams per hour. So that's the infusion rate we have to find out. Right? That's the infusion rate we have to find out, and we have been given this. So basically I'm trying to convert 4 mils per minute into how many milligrams per hour. How can we do that? First of all, I need to find out how many mils or how many milligrams are present in how many mils. Okay, where do I get that information from? Yes, I make use of this information. So 1 in 10,000 means 1 gram in 10,000 mils, which means 1000 milligram in 10,000 mils, right? Or 1 milligram in 10 mils. Okay, so now I know that if 10 milliliter has 1 milligram, 4 milliliters will have how many milligrams? 0.4 milligrams. So 4 mils here. So basically this now becomes what? 0.4 milligrams per minute. Right? Remember, I was trying to convert mils per minute into milligrams per hour. And so I first, because it's a two-step process. So I converted milliliters into milligrams first using this information. So I know 4 mils would have 0.4 grams. So this will become 0.4 milligrams per minute. And what's the next step? Yes, find out how many milligrams will be given in 1 hour. So there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, so I simply multiply that by 60. So that would be, yes, 24 milligrams per 60 minutes, or 24 milligrams per hour. A patient requires sodium chloride 0.18 and glucose 4% infusion. So it's given as one single infusion. Volume of the infusion bag is 3 liters, and the infusion rate is 5 mils per minute. Okay, remember the first two questions we have been just converting different infusion rates. So infusion rate, so by now you have seen that infusion rate also has units. Right? It could either be milliliters per minute, it could be milligrams per minute, or milligrams per hour. So in the first two questions, we have just been doing the conversions between different units of the infusion rate. Okay, this is a little bit different question. 3 liters needs to be given at the rate of 5 mils per minute. How many hours it would take to administer the infusion? It's a very simple calculation. We have to, the infusion rate 5 mils per minute. The infusion I have to start with is 3 liters or 3000 milliliters. So if 5 milliliters is given in 1 minute, 300 milliliters will be given in how many minutes? 5 mils in 1 minute, 3000 mils will be in 1 divided by 5 times 3000, 600 minutes. So 3000 mils will be given in 600 minutes. But the question is asking about how many hours. So basically we have to convert 600 minutes into hours. That would be divided by 60, 10 hours. Okay, everybody, this is a fairly simple calculation. A patient is prescribed 600 milliliter bag of doxapram 0.2%. Doxapram is actually given in ICU, so those who have been in critical care, they might recall. Doxapram is given in like respiratory failure to stimulate the respiration rate. So 600 milliliter bag of doxapram 0.2% is to be given at the dose of 3 milligram per minute. So you can see we have given an infusion rate here. Okay. Calculate the time that would be required to administer this infusion. So the infusion rate given is 3 milligrams per minute. We have 600 milliliters to give. Okay. But the infusion rate given is 3 milligrams per minute. It would be useful if we were given mils per minute, like the previous question, right? So what we'll do is we'll convert this into mils per minute first, because then it will be easy to find out the time in which 600 mils will be given. Is everybody with me? So let's convert 3 milligrams per minute into mils per minute first. How can we do that? Yes, we make use of this information. So this 0.2% means 0.2 grams in 100 mils. So 0.2 gram means 200 milligrams in 100 mil. That means 2 milligrams per mil, right? So 2 milligrams is present in 1 mil. I know that 2 milligrams is present in 1 mil, so 3 milligrams will be present in how many mils? 1.5 mils. The reason I'm trying to find out how many mils in 3 milligrams is because of this. So from this information, I found out that there's 2 milligrams present per mil. So if 2 milligrams is present in 1 mil, 3 milligrams will be present in 1.5 mil. So this turns out to be 1.5 milliliters per minute. Okay, so I have converted milligrams per minute into mils per minute using this equation, using this information. So now, what was I actually doing? I was trying to find out how long it will take to get this infused, 600 mils. So I know 1.5 mils will be infused in 1 minute, 600 mils will be infused in how many minutes? 400 minutes. That's the answer. Okay, the question doesn't specify whether they want time in minutes or in hours, so just leave it 400 minutes.